standout games. Collingwood plays Melbourne at 1.
Still spotted Dunstall. Excellent.
So Jason Dunstall for his second of the game. He is directly in front. Yes, no doubt about it. It's another one.
Oh, here's a freak. His third opponent already. Hunter, a high ball out of the middle. It's gone the 10. No attempted mark there. Punch on by Stanfield. Collins goes to Atkins. Hurriedly onto the right boot to full forward. Graham works his way to the front. At the back, Langford. Nice to see him back. What a perfect left foot pass to Platten. Kicked by Platten over centre wing. Awkward for Taylor. A half volley. Hargraves is there. He's swamped. Liberatore for Footscray. Atkins has been right in the play. Chance here for Footscray. Jason Watts to centre half forward. All Hawthorn. Ray Jenke.
Yes, dependable player, Jenke. Oh, the umpires could made him play on. That's bad. There were 2 men on the mark. Oh, boy. Out it comes. McGuinness. Jenke couldn't believe it. The short one out wide. This is Hargraves, a promising young player. Bringing in towards half forward. The lead is on. Hudson dives. Danger here for Footscray. Hawthorn on a roll. Now, will he look for the full forward? Oh, it's an ordinary kick. Dunstall out in front, though. He's got it. Oh, look at this. Good play, Dunstall. Back it comes to Ben Allen. Ben Allen looking for the chip pass, and he's found Gowers. Hawthorn looking dangerous. The short pass is on. Who's that? That's Steve Lawrence. A long way out. He can go in short. But now he's steadying and going back. Kicking it up high. Went for the torpedo punt. It's a wobbly one. No mark. The ball hits the deck. Taylor dropped it like a red-hot poker. And Costa gets it out to Dougie Hawkins, the idol of the Footscray. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Crawford. Crawford in towards goal, across the face, and helped on its way by Nicholson. One behind of the Hawks.
But certainly thrown Footscray out. That injury to Sexton. Nicholson now at full back, or we believe at full back. Hawkins getting still a long way down the ground. He's playing in the forward pocket. He's going back to that position now.
Here's Watts, who's played every game in the seniors this year in his first year. Wind hasn't quite got the feel yet. You just field with Scott Wind, the ex-Brownlow medalist. Atkins goes off the ground. McGuinness for Hawthorn, charged at it, read it well. The hand pass, trouble for you, Crawford. He's lost it. Liberatore goes over the top with his hand pass to Croft. Left footer to the 50, and Jenke for the second time in a minute, uncontested. On the rebound, he puts it out in front of Condon. Leading kick winner in the competition, Anthony Condon. The hand pass to Taylor. Now to Platten, and they're finding holes, Hawthorn. Dunstall a bit behind this time. He goes back towards the goal line. The kick for Dunstall. Swamped. They want a free kick, the Hawthorn fans. Nothing doing. Footscray out of trouble. Nicholson goes the hand pass. Now they're running it. Hunter over centre wing. Oh, top mark by McGuinness.
Well, he tried one earlier, Drew. It didn't come off. Really, that's not the ideal thing for a back man. When you're caught behind, you should be punching the ball forward.
Jarman. Oh, almost a mark. Umpire calling play on. Here's Gowers, but a free kick in the meantime. Too high on Denny Southern. So Southern at half back for the Bulldogs. Gives off a hand pass. This is Jason Watts to the centre of the ground. Jenke disciplined play to Taylor. On to Pritchard. Where's Dunstall? There he is. Oh, good mark. This is good stuff. This is perfect full forward play. And what about the delivery, Don?
Yes, it was interesting. I was watching Peter. He made the lead, then he stopped realising that he might get caught out, Dunstall. And when there he is slowing down, he just could not get there. Nicholson.
Gee, when you're talking champions, doesn't he? The cream float to the surface with this bloke.
He is the perfect full forward, this guy. Kicking for his third. It'll be a great start for the Hawks. He stabs at that one, no doubt about it. 3 goals to the Hawks. 3 goals to Dunstall, and they lead by 18 points.
He does work hard on his game too as far as the strength. He's in the gymnasium most of the time, pushing the weights, especially for the upper body. And that upper body gives him a lot of, that strength in the upper body gives him a lot of speed over the first couple of yards. In fact, he's probably one of the fastest men at Hawthorn over the first couple of yards, Jason Dunstall.
amazing start to the game for Dunstall. There have been 3 goals kicked and he's got the lot. Atkins comes wide. Cameron up to the 50. Grant tries to shrug off his opponent. Gets there but drops the mark. Tunnels the ball through to Stanfield. A bit of a fumble. Grigich. Spoiled by Langford. So 2 veterans, Langford at one end, Dunstall at the other. You would have to doubt that either is 100% fit, both doing the job perfectly.
Well, Hawthorn are a much better side when they're playing. They struggle when either one of those two is out. As you could see last week against Collingwood when Langford didn't play. Here's Grigich. Platten working hard. Socket away. That was by Pritchard. Here's Platten. Oh, good play by the little rover. Onto the left foot. Bringing it towards half-back, and he's looking good, Taylor, early in the piece. And a diving attempt, he couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Half forward for Footscray. They've been blitzed early here. 3 goals to Jason Dunstall.
Well, they just didn't capitalise early. Footscray held sway for the first 5 minutes, but just couldn't convert on the scoreboard. It was down in their forward line.
Here's Anthony Condon trying to get it back to Gow. As he does so, they look pretty switched on, Hawthorn. Half forward. Oh, goal! Good mark. That's Hargraves. Hargraves brings it further afield, down, looking down in the Hudson direction, but is tapped over the line by Peter Quill.
There's young Tim Hargraves, playing his 6th game from Berrigan, former All-Australian Teal Cup player. Wind and Deer. Deer got his fist to that one to work it to the back. Through goes Condon. Cameron brings him to a sudden halt. Well, I'm just in awe of this display put on by Jason Dunstall. 3 marks, 3 goals. Just perfect full forward play. Footscray free kick.
No, that's fair enough.
Oh, weren't they both holding each other, Don?
Frees 6-1 in favour of Footscray. Up to centre wing, and Stanfield takes the mark. Gee, it's about 3 kicks to the goal square from there. Stanfield's kick. Hawkins chopped out of it. Langford came well up the ground with Grigich. Collins delayed the hand pass. McGuinness kicked blindly straight to the opposition. They might get it yet though.
Oh,
good tackle by Hunter. Now Footscray have it. Hawkins just gets boot to ball. Ellis, number 32. And there's Andy Collins. He'll be last up. The back pocket up on centre wing, and he's got the free.
And a few ironical cheers because there's been 6-1 in the free kick department as we see Collins bring it wide, looking for Paul Deere, who's been quiet so far. The ball thumped the ground. Good play by Crawford. Tried to tap it on towards the Jarman direction. Free kick to Hawthorn again. Crawford working hard there now.
He was leg, Peter.
Hudson's on the lead. So is Dunstall. Here he comes at the back. Yes! This is champagne stuff. I don't want to use that word all day, but this is perfect full forward play.
Well, interesting enough, although they've got possession, he's probably only 20 metres further or closer to goal than what Crawford was. Dunstall, he's gone right across the ground with that kick. It was a good kick out into space.
Well, if he kicks this, it'll be 4 straight to this champion player from 50 metres. Oh, look at that. It's another one. Well, are we going to witness something here today? We talked about Ablett up in Sydney having a chance for a huge total. 4 goals early. He could do anything today.
Well, he could, but he has started like this in the past, Peter, and just drifted out of the game. Let's hope he can continue on because of the rate he's going now. He'll be averaging 60. Well, he could get to 16 goals quite easily.
There's a bit of a biff on at centre wing on the far side before the umpire bounces the ball. Dunstall 4 straight, and he has 7 minutes to go to quarter time to add to it. He kicked 5 in the opening quarter when Hawthorn belted Adelaide in Adelaide. Look at Hargraves charging at the ball, but the whistle's gone a Footscray free. Leon Cameron to take it. There have been 4 goals kicked in the game, all to Dunstall. Kicked by Cameron. Stanfield in front. McGuinness did well. Down to Quill in the front. His hand pass comes into Hunter. Passes low and wide for Grant. Great mark!
That was a great mark.
Sensational, mate.
That was just fantastic. The way that he put his hands out and then, it's hard to describe the way he just rubbed his hands around and pulled it into his body. That was a great mark.
A mark to Hunter. He wants to go on with it. The kick for goal won't carry. Langford in front, finds the boundary line. Well, how do you beat these Hawks at either end of the ground?
Well, here's that mark. Look at this. Oh, that is just sensational.
Well, actually, when you look at that, that's not a mark. That ball hit the ground. But the umpire was at the blind side, so you could forgive him for that. Now, here's Hunter. Oh, that's holding the ball. No. Well, Ben Allen on the McGuinness. McGuinness wide. Taylor's looking good at half forward. The Hawthorn are really switched on today after their drubbing last week at the hands of Collingwood. McGuinness very slow to get rid of it. Platten's got a couple of tall men to beat. Oh, here's Dunstall again. He's got to get away from Wine. Liberatore's there to help. Oh, look at the tackle by Dunstall. Taken away though by Watts and Footscray in all sorts of trouble here with Hawthorn playing at their top.
Nearly worth a kick, the tackle.
Oh,
it was a beauty.
It was fantastic, wasn't it? Again, that was the speed he does possess, using it defensively. But Taylor is also a key to this side at centre half forward.
Oh, Footscray really facing the music here. Watts gets the ball out. Costa. Kellett over centre wing. McGuinness spoiling, he's doing that well. Taylor comes back, concedes ground to Jenke. Good distance with Jenke's kick. Deere charged at it. Wine might get into it here. Scott Wine hasn't played since the third round. Away to Cameron. Kick by Cameron, short of half forward. Oh! Langford a mile up the ground and a mile in the air. It comes to Pritchard. This is sensational. That was Jarman, now Gowers, and more coming for Hawthorn here. Short of the 50, Hargraves. Dunstall's back in the goal square. Now he's led. Another one for Dunstall. He's got a break. And Jason Dunstall will be kicking for his 5th in the opening quarter.
This is great to watch, isn't it?
Well, Wine's supposed to get back there and break up the hole, fill up the holes, but he's just not getting back there quick enough. Also, Lawrence is a problem because he's so mobile that Hawthorn will use him on occasions too. So it's a one-on-one situation for Dunstall.
50 metres out. Injured knee. Dunstall, 5 straight.
Kenner and Don Scott enjoying watching Jason Dunstall boot 5 in the first quarter. The Hawks 5-1-31 and the Bulldogs 1-3-9. Alan Joyce desperate to do well against his old side. There's no doubt about Peter McKenna. He loves really only 2 things. One is singing and the other is seeing a top full forward in action. Well, he was seeing exactly that in the form of Jason Dunstall today. Let's now go to some of the highlights of the second quarter.
Steers the ball to centre half forward. Collins has been an attacking back pocket player, but he's given it away here to Smith, who came off the bench in the first quarter and snaps a great goal. Dunstall is behind Cretiuk. He's up towards the goal square. It's a long kick. Will it reach? Dunstall works to the front and takes the mark.
What a play.
We did a test in 7 Nightly News last year. He was the strongest in the competition. Here he is for number 6. 6 straight.
Dougie Hawkins on screen wearing number 60. Collins on the left foot to centre wing. Well played by Nicholson. Brings it in towards half forward. Good kick and a great mark under pressure to Chris Grant. So Chris Grant from 51 metres. There's the drop punt and it's a goal. Good kick.
Pumps it high. Hargraves couldn't quite bring it down. Hudson's got it in front of him. Takes it away. Lawrence paddles for Dunstall. Unselfish hand pass. Out it comes to Crawford, who kicks a great goal. The hand pass to Platten. He floats one in. Pritchard on the run. This is perfect. Jarman, a leading Dunstall. Here he comes. Well, Dunstall has kicked 6, going for number 7, which would be his 50th of the season. And there it is, 7 straight, and for the season he's kicked 50-21. Towards
half forward, and that's poor play by Hawthorn. They waited Ben Allen waited and let Grant take that mark. Now Grant from 65 metres brings it in towards Grigic and Langford. It could be a goal. Yes!
So half-time at Waverley, and excellent kicking for goal by the Hawks, 10-1, 61. And the Bulldogs had the same number of effective scoring shots, but they have kicked 6-5. So the margin is only 20 points. And bear in mind the tragic news with Sexton leaving the ground early in the first quarter. The Bulldogs had to rearrange their defence. So they're not out of it as we go into the third, but they've still got a lot of ground to make up. Can they do it? Let's find out now.
Set for a start to the second half. Hawthorn kicked the last 2 goals of the first half after Footscray really took the game up to them, and now the margin's 20 points.
And Lawrence has hurt himself, Drew. You see there he ran into the boot and he's hurt his knee. Scott Wine.
Good bounce by the umpire. Platten in there hard with Liberatore. Look at the 2 Brownlow medalists, like terriers.
2 tough little blokes, aren't they?
And Lawrence really is proppy. Third bounce to start the second half. Deere gets a hand to it. Liberatore. West. Back into the congestion. Here's Cameron. Hand pass intercepted by Jarman. Away to Collins. Over the top to Allen. Kicked by Allen. One out is Dunstall. Crediuk with him. Crediuk should have taken the mark. Dunstall! Unselfishly once again to Hargraves, and Hargraves gets the goal.
Oh, well.
Now here is a full forward who could break the record, but he's spoiling his game. He's given 3 handballs.
Well, that was excellent work. Allen, looked as if he could have taken the mark here. In right position, just didn't on the second attempt, but well done by Dunstall, flicking it over the top. And excellent work by Hargraves, just getting his foot the ball. Good passage.
Well, Dunstall's kicked 8 and been responsible for 2 others with handballs. Now, Pritchard couldn't get his boot to it. Wind in there. Jarman comes in. It'll be a bounce. The good start to Hawthorn to start the third term. Footscray were looking menacing about 5 to 10 minutes before the end of the second term. And then Hawthorn kicked the last 2 goals of that stanza. Now, there's Jarman getting it down. Now, Atkins looks as though he's on the half-back line. Here's Condon going. That's good play to Jenke. Now, Jenke will transfer play here. A dangerous kick. But Pritchard could know it's not Pritchard.
Oh.
It's, in fact, Crawford now holding the man then. So Footscray will take the kick.
I wonder if he's got stops or rubbers on, Peter.
Oh, here's Callett from the centre of the ground, bringing it out towards Costa. Good play by Jarman at the back. Oh, look at Langford running away from Grigic. Good play by Chris Langford, the captain. Onto the left foot, bring it down towards Hudson. Now Hargraves. Oh, the bounce favours Quill. And the umpire's going to say what? It's a free kick to Footscray.
A little late, that free kick. I believe that Hudson was holding the arm of Quill, but the umpire didn't see it.
Well, this is Peter Quill from half-back.
Free kicks 20 to 10 in favour of Footscray. And are the Hawthorn fans aware of it? Here's Kim Costa, just inside the boundary line at centre wing. Langford's come well up the ground. He's still there, standing the mark at the wing. Kick by Costa. Grigic. Pritchard a little touch. Jarman magnificent. Through he went to Graham. Now Langford chasing kicks. Langford to half forward. Taylor. Perfect kick by Langford.
He's good on the left foot, isn't he, Langford?
My word, I was just thinking the same thing.
Inside the 50. Hudson.
Good use of the body by Hudson. Just propping. He's also really heavy into the weights, Paul Hudson. You can see that he's built himself up quite a bit since last year.
A centering kick, and right on the 50 is Condon. Oh, he wanted to go on with it. Now that's 3 possessions and they've advanced the ball about 10 metres, but at least it's right in front for Taylor.
Important player, this man, for Hawthorn. Holding down centre half forward, probably the most difficult position on the ground to play.
Kicking right on the 50. And a perfect kick.
Now someone's encroached into the square and it looks like a Hawthorn player, so it'll be a kick to Wine. Scott Wine wants to give off a hand pass. He does so. Short kick comes out towards Callett. Keller to the pocket. Grant punched away. Graham and Grant having a good battle down there. No bad player, Mark Graham, and a strong tackle on Grant. You can hear the shout of ball, and Ben Allen's hurt his head here. I wonder if there was a clash of heads. And the Hawthorn crowd, you could hear them bawl, but he really didn't have much chance, Chris Grant. So half forward for the Bulldogs. Oh, Allen used his body well. Here's Liberatore onto the left foot, up in front of the Footscray goal, and a free kick to Langford. He was held onto by Grigic, and you can hear the ironical cheers.
Langford, 7 possessions in general play. Out to Graham. Ball kept low. Hudson dropped the mark at half-back. Left it for Quill. West. Oh, Graham ran straight at him. McGuinness to Langford. To Allen. Allen goes for distance with a torpedo. Half-back to half-forward. Taylor interferes. Free kick to Stanfield. And Crediuk has led from full-back, and Dunstall's come all the way with him up to the wing. That's the sort of game Dunstall is playing.
And the closest player to the Hawthorn goal is Wind, who is 60 metres from that goal.
Croft. Kick by Croft. Inside the 50 to Grant. He goes to ground. Allen gets back. West. Condon. Langford again. What a game he's playing. Put Condon under a bit of pressure. Off the ground, but Hawthorn back in numbers. Allen to Jenke. And 3 or 4 Hawks across the ground. Oh, what a choice he had.
Well, they can find McGuinness here. Oh, they've got the loose man going. Oh, a poor kick. But McGuinness still gets away from Atkins. Not having a good day, Simon Atkins. Now McGuinness. Down to Dunstall. Crediuk's there. Oh, look at Dunstall. Fantastic play. And then hooks it out of the pack. That was good play. Platten grabbed high as they charge in after it. And umpire letting it go.
It's a real rugby scrum there.
It is a rugby scrum. Oh, boy. And you can hear the hoots. It's still, I'd rather see umpires let it go than keep playing ticky-touch with ones.
Wind wins this one. Watts goes for the boundary line. Ball out of play at half-back for Footscray. Hargraves and Taylor have added goals in this quarter for Hawthorn. 73 to 41. Footscray haven't added.
Well done by Paul Deere.
Liberatore gets the ball. Here's Collins forward of centre wing. Close to the boundary line. It's out of bounds on the full.
So Footscray really have to get a move on here. This is Jason Watts. He looks very much like Mark Hunter in the way he moves, actually. Finds Rowan Smith. He kicked a nice goal in the second term on his left foot. Taylor at the back fly. Dougie Hawkins. He went without it. Here's Taylor trying to get it out towards the direction of Allen, and the umpire said it's a free kick for Taylor. And again, the ironical cheers. Now, Taylor has found someone to kick it to. It's Jenke, and his kicking's normally good. He's looking for Dunstall. Oh, he couldn't quite. Well, he got there. He couldn't hang on to it. Here's Crawford. He's brought the ground. Hargraves lays the tackle. They're still going on with it. And here's little Liberatore saving the day.
Just beats the attempted tackle. Kick by Lib at a half-back. And the mark to Stanfield.
It was a great tackle on Crawford by Hunter.
Ellis takes the mark.
Playing at centre-half-back and wearing the number of Peter Foster, who was a great stalwart for that club at centre-half-back.
Craig Ellis in just his 6th senior game. Here's West, smothered by Jenke. Hawthorn have it. Allen. Well, Leon Cameron was the only Bulldog there amongst 3 Hawks. Cameron got the ball. Zigzagging into the forward line. Attempt by Allen over the top.
Oh,
kicked it too far. Out of bounds on the full.
If he went back the other way, he had 2 loose men right behind him, but he couldn't see them, of course. Now, Rowan Smith chips it across to Cameron. He can bring it in towards Atkins. Atkins in the centre of the ground.
He's had a quiet day.
He's had his hair cut, not short of hairdo, as he brings it in towards the pocket. Grigic and Grant. Graham the flyer.
Oh.
No mark, says the umpire. Would you have paid it, Don?
Well, looking from my position, I would say yes. The umpire right there in a position. Watch this. Who got hands to it? No, that's fair enough. Good decision because Griggett was the one who had it on the first attempt.
Yeah, Griggett and Langford. Liberatore loses the ball in the tackle. Around the corner goes Scott West. Players have to commit themselves. And a good mark to little Shane Crawford. Around the corner he goes in the Paul Deere direction. Gee, he trapped that well. He got a fortunate bounce, of course. Deere wide. 2-on-2 here. The ball will hit the deck. And Watts gets it to Cameron. Back to Watts. Here's Hunter. He's gone very, very wide here. Rowan Smith at half forward, calling for Griggett to lead. Now they've got a chance here. Grant and Griggett, plenty of height. Thump down towards Jarman. Jarman cleverly gets it back to Condon.
Condon's pass. Oh, dropped in short, but it flipped off the fingers and found Collins. That was the original target. Gowers to Allen. Allen with time. And then kicked it straight to the opposition. Wine gets a bad bounce. Quill helps him out. Peter Quill, ex-West Australian.
There's a free kick going to Lawrence.
A high shepherd off the ball against Ellis.
They're costly, those sort of mistakes, aren't they? He kicks it quickly. Dunstall was one out.
Here's the lead from Dunstall. Thank you very much.
Well, he hasn't blotted his copybook.
Gee, isn't he quick on that lead, Don?
8 goals he's kicked and no points.
And despite the fact that he has a bad knee and a very heavy brace on it, he hasn't minded coming a long way from goal. Some of his kicks have been from a good 50 metres and they've just been like tracer bullets. Oh, 9 straight.
One is their kicking. Look at that punch by Griggett, a 35-metre punch. Smith gets it down to Costa. Costa around the corner. Grant and Graham. Grant takes front position, and that's a very good mark. They've had a good battle, those two, Don.
Yes, Grant looked as if he was getting on top in the second quarter. Just too big. Graham in front, then Grant establishing front position and using his height to advantage.
So Chris Grant from 30 metres directly in front. Stabs it low. It starts to drift. I think he's missed this. Oh, bad miss. They can't afford that.
Well, it's not the best kick for goal. We talk about Earl Spalding. Chris Grant, 4 points last week. He's kicked 2 today. In actual fact, Hawthorn have kicked the last 5 goals.
Yeah, that's Footscray's first score for this term. Langford kicks it 65 metres. Griggett, good mark. Very open forward line. He's given it straight back to Langford. Langford charges at it. Smith. Oh, Jenke had to show courage off the ground and through for a minor score.
Take the ball with him though, Drew.
Was that the Hawk, was it?
And the Hawks wearing number 60. Anthony Condon. Well, he's running close to the man, but he brings it to the half-back line. Gowers has got the height. Got his hand to it. Platten there to lay the tackle. Oh, good play by Hawthorn. Gowers can go inside to Lawrence. Lawrence can give it off to Allen. Where's Dunstall? He's on the lead. Over to Jarman. The lead's on. Out he comes Dunstall at the back. Have a look at that for football. Beautiful play, Hawthorn. All the way from the back pocket. Magnificent stuff. Dunstall going for goal number 10. Well, goal number 10 with 8 minutes to go to three-quarter time. How many is he going to kick from 50 metres? Dunstall. Oh, an ordinary kick. He had to finally prove he's human.
Would you call that a miss?
He didn't make the distance, so it's not a miss.
It's his first kick that hasn't scored a goal.
Didn't make the distance.
Well, I don't know. Do you think he was lining up for goal?
Certainly was, but that sure he's got plenty of soreness in that knee.
Still on the forward line. Here's Hargraves, open goal. Second goal this term to Tim Hargraves.
Plays as a half forward or forward pocket Hargraves. Just fortunate coming through, finding space. They don't happen too often like that. Wearing number 22, a number made famous by the reserve grade coach at Hawthorn, Barry Rolls.
Yes, good little left footer. Eventually finished his career at Richmond, of course.
Captain of Richmond.
So Hawthorn getting right on top of a disappointing Footscray here. There's Grigic getting his boot to it towards Howard. Bad bounce for West, but he's good enough to go and get it again on the left foot. He'll look down here for Wind, and Langford's there also. Good smother that. Oh, look at the skill of Jarman, a one-handed pickup. Now, Crawford or Pritchard? It's Crawford. And he's finding Condon. They've got the loose man going here because he can go inside to Lawrence. Now where's Dunstall? He's not going to Dunstall. He's going to Hudson. Now if Hudson gets back quickly, he's got Jason Dunstall one out. He should kick it now.
Yes, he's a bit slow, Pete. He is a bit slow.
Well, now the lead's on. Is that a free kick? No, it's a mark to critical. That's too slow getting it down to a champion full forward.
Critical got to Watts. Here's Hargraves, gives away the free kick with a push in the back. Jason Watts, best and fairest in a Werribee Premiership side last year, takes the free kick to Hunter, who hasn't spoiled his record. 17 kicks, no handballs. Centre wing, McGuinness takes the mark and a clip round the ear.
Been marking well this year, Scott McGuinness.
Oh, Pritchard giving him movement. Goes long, Pritchard. A lot of players. Taylor very high at the back, overrun by Gowers. It's going Gowers' way. Chance for Dunstall yet. Here he is in the goal square. Jason Dunstall, number 10.
Pritchard now. Where's Dunstall? The lead will be on here for sure. Out he comes. Bang. Hits him on the chest and he'll go line up for goal number 11. Is he going to give it off? He thought about giving it. He is going to give it off to Hudson. And the crowd didn't like it.
Well, he is a bit unusual for full forward. He will chase, tackle and harass the back men.
Paul Hudson kicks and puts it through.
Not a score or a goal in this the second half.
Rowan Smith. Long kick up towards the square. Grant, a brilliant mark. So Chris Grant for his third from directly in front. And it's a goal.
Allen, Dunstall leading. Too high for him, but it comes back. Hudson paddling the ball for Lawrence. Still a chance for Dunstall. Hudson snaps for goal in the goal square. This time Jenke. Hudson coming off the ground as Dunstall from 50. No. Gowers! Oh. Yes, the mark paid. Kick by Gowers. Here's a goal. And Taylor dashing up towards the 50. The kick goes in Taylor's direction. Mark number 14. Dunstall in the goal square. Taylor gets rid of it quickly. Goal or a pass? It's a kick for a goal. And Taylor, 25 possessions and 15 marks at centre half forward. That is a big day. Oh, well done by Baxter. He charged at it. He went over the head of Dunstall. Here's Crawford. Oh, good mark.
He should have actually given that to Dunstall, Baxter.
But here's Crawford.
Well, how do you get a line on the Hawks' play? They are somewhat enigmatic, aren't they? But really a marvellous performance in the end. Jason Dunstall finishing the day with 10 goals. He now needs 37 to become only the third player to reach 1,000 goals. Certainly a fine achievement. We check the final score, and the Hawks doing it very, very easily in the end. Dunstall not adding to his three-quarter time score. He finished the day with the Hawks far too good. 25-125. Jason Dunstall booted 10. He's now second on the goal kicking. And Footscray disappointing 8-13 in front of 22,895. Sydney and North Melbourne. And there we are, the West Coast sneaking clear at the top of the ladder. North Melbourne has now moved into second spot. Melbourne dropping to third. And Geelong just in the 8 on percentage only. So pressure time for some clubs as we approach the halfway mark of the season. But the West Coast at the moment are game clear, saying catch us if you can. Hope you've had a big weekend of football. Look forward to your company again next week. For now, good night to you all.